we were chatting back and forth on our text, man, and this is some cool stuff for me. You hit me right in my feels last night. I was sitting in class. But you had mentioned you're a freedom boy, and I was like, yeah, my cousin's Johnny Muron. I'm not sure if if you're familiar with the name, kind of around that age.
Mm-hmm.
And you hit me back with, I won the Bobby Muron Football Award when you were in midgets, man. That's my pap. That's my guy. Talk about winning that award. That's really, really cool stuff for me.
Yeah, I mean, I remember him being around from when I was a young kid all the way down. We talking like Pee Wee football terms of twerps to termites to mighty mites to midgets. I remember him being around at practices, at games, and he's the kind of guy that makes not just a football program but a community feel like home, feel like a family. And I spent many years growing up playing football, wrestling, and baseball, and being part of the football program. This award emulated what he was to the community. Given to guys that were coachable, that were leaders on the field, that kind of emulate what he was to the community, what those athletes did on the field. And I actually was a freshman at the time that I received it because I was always smaller when I got older. And so I was still young enough age-wise to play in our midget program. And I remember, they tell you before you actually receive the award that you are a recipient because you're expected to make a speech. You're on the stage, but that should tell you that it's a pretty big award that's really highly touted in the community. And I was actually over, my coach at the time was John Rosa, and it was during
yes, of course,
it was during wrestling season, and I believe it was sometime after a tournament, and I actually wasn't even living with my family that year. I was living with a family friend the entire year whose uncle was John Rosa. They were taking care of me. My family was in a tough spot, and I remember working with him, writing my speech out, thinking through it, trying to put the words that I wanted to really share, how I felt about the program and what your grandfather represented to us as a community, put them down on paper well and speak that at the banquet the following day. So that's like the memory I think back to when I think of that award.
Man, that's that's good stuff.